You're welcome to the Kafui Dey Show. Every year in October, the world focuses on issues of mental health. And today I've come to the Thomas St. Aquinas Senior High School in the Greater Accra region, where games are going on. I see football, volleyball, and table tennis. And the participants are both mental health patients and staff of various mental health institutions in Ghana. Have you wondered what it's like to be a mental health nurse? I have with me somebody who's going to give us an insight into her job and what's it like to take care of people who have mental health issues. So you're welcome once again to the Kafui Dey Show, and let's get straight to business. Hello.
Hi.
Tell us your name.
My name is Nadia.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nadia, why did you become a mental health nurse?
Well, typically I would say growing up, I never thought of being a mental health nurse. I actually wanted to be a journalist.
Okay.
More like a broadcast journalist.
Okay.
Or be into television and all the stuff. But one day, my mom woke me up and she's like, you know what? We don't have a lot of TV channels and radio stations. So you should, the way you like caring for people, the way you are always asking people, have you eaten? Have you done that? Why don't you go into something you can show more or share more of the things you like to do? It's like, okay, why not? So there was a family friend who had an NGO, and they normally go to hospitals to donate. And one time I followed them, and then we went to the hospital. So we went to Accra Psychiatric Hospital, and then we met one of the patients. Well, I had no idea what the patient was going through, but all I knew was the patient was mute, was quiet, wasn't talking. As of now, I would say the patient may be like or was in depression. Yeah. So she wasn't really talking, she was quiet. So I just walked to her and then I asked her, how is she doing? Initially she looked at me and then she didn't want to talk. I was like, oh, my name is Nadia, but I would want to know more about you. I had no professional backgrounds to what I was doing. I was just there trying to talk to a patient I saw who was quiet. And then she mentioned her name and then I was like, oh. Then one of the nurses came and was like, oh, for the past 3 days, she hasn't really talked to anybody. So you talking to her and she responded. I think it's a good thing. What did I do? I was like, oh, I don't know. I just talked to her and then she responded.
You know what it was? It was a Nadia effect.
I guess so. Maybe. I have no idea. So later on, after we left, I told the family friend, hey, so how is psychiatry like? How do they talk to people? How? But this was a calm one, so I really wouldn't know how aggressive patients would have been, as in that day. So I told them, okay, I would want to go the next time they go. So I was like, yes, I would like to go and see what happens, what goes on there. But fortunately, the next time I couldn't go. So I told my mom, I think I want to be a nurse. So yeah, that lady, that woman that I saw in that hospital that day, she made me, she changed my perception, and then I felt great that someone doesn't want to talk and then she saw me and then she wants to talk or she said something. I felt great, and yeah, that pushed me.
Plus your mom, because your mom, I think, wanted you to make a bigger impact in the world. Don't you think so?
Yeah, because she yes, she does. Because she told me, hey, you like to ask people, have you eaten? And when someone is sick, the way you come by and then you just get to the person, give the person medicine, you like to do that thing. Why don't you go into nursing instead of thinking of journalism? I was like, oh man.
But then you did, and this is how long ago? This is how long ago?
Oh, this is like I think let's say 8 years ago.
Okay, so you've been a nurse now for quite some time.
For 6, I think I think it's 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give us a sense of what a typical day, if there's any such thing as a typical day for a mental health nurse. I mean, what's a day like?
A day like in a mental hospital. Well, a typical day when we have calm patients, then yeah, it's cool. But a typical day with an aggressive patient, that is really serious because when they come in, I would say they don't have an insight into what's going on with them, especially the new cases or a relapse case. Some of them may have an insight, but some of them, they don't have an insight on what is going on with them. So you trying to help them by calming them down or trying to get them a prescribed medication to calm them down, they think you are the enemy. Because some would say, I am not sick. Why are you giving me medication? I don't feel anything. I am okay. All the things I'm saying make sense. Why are you trying to give me any medication? So a typical day in a psychiatric hospital is like you are always observing, watching out. Because a patient or a client with a suicidal ideation, for instance, you may not see him or her doing anything that will cause the suicide. He may come and tell you, I don't feel happy. I feel the world is this or the world is that. You have to be very observant. You have to you monitor the patient because he can do anything to himself at any point in time.
Has anybody done anything unexpected while you were on duty?
For aggression, we normally come across a lot of it because there can be instances whereby one patient will start being aggressive and then the other one will start, and then we can have like 3 or 4 clients all aggressive at once. And I haven't actually met a patient who really want to kill himself or herself, but I have come across one that attempted it, and it wasn't my shift. I came and I was handed over to me that this patient wanted to commit suicide, and then he actually attempted it, but we came to the rescue. So yeah, it's really sad when you just see someone laughing and all that, and then the next minute the person just want to end their life. It's really sad because you feel you really want to know what is going on in the person's mind, because somebody can be okay, smiling, talking, but when the person is alone, it's really sad what they go through. It's like there's a heavy burden. I think either way, all of us go through such instances whereby you can be very happy. When you are at work, you can smile, you can do everything. But what is really going on within you, if you don't have anybody, trusted person you can talk to about, we go to your conference, or like you go to where no one is, alone, and then now you are sad.
You're sad.
Yeah, and you just want to end your life. You just want to end everything. So yeah.
Looking back on the 5 or 6 years that you've been a mental health nurse, what would you say was your happiest moment at work?
The happiest moment. Okay, so the happiest moment is when a patient comes and have no idea. Well, I nursed one patient that I was really happy because she has been treated outside for some time now.
Outside the country?
Outside the country,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
And it seems the situation was bad, and then they brought her here to Ghana. So we nursed her. And when she came, she actually had no idea of where she is. She actually, orientation was so bad, she doesn't even know where she is. She was very aggressive, very verbally aggressive and abusive. And physically, if you get close, she can hurt you. But after we nursed her, and she was okay, and then she came back to herself, and she's like, oh, Auntie Nice, I'm really sorry for what I did. I have no idea I did this. I was like, it's fine, it's okay. And then, she was okay, and the education we gave her and the fact that she came back for review and she's continuously coming back for review and taking her medication, yeah, it feels good. It feels good taking care of a patient and then goes home and then the patient doesn't come back because there's stigma all over. So if a patient is actually ignoring all those stigma and coming, I think, yeah, that was my happiest moment.
Fantastic. Yeah. Let's bring it back to the beginning as we end this conversation.
Okay.
If you met that lady you saw for the very first time at this psychiatric hospital,
yeah,
what would you tell her? The one who gave you the inspiration to become a nurse. mental health nurse, what would you tell her?
I'm just hoping she's okay. I said she's taking her medications and she's fine. She's taking care of herself. And if I should see her, I'll just say thank you. You gave me a reason, or you gave me an insight into something I wasn't even looking. You gave me a new perspective about mental illness, and I'm grateful. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Nadia, for giving us an insight into what it's like to be a mental health nurse in Ghana. You've been listening to and enjoying, experiencing the Kafui Dey Show, where you can hear a lot of activity music, chanting, whistles. It's fun and games at the St. Thomas Aquinas Senior High School, where clients, or patients, and the staff are having a great time playing football, playing volleyball, and table tennis.
Yeah.
Thank you, and watch out for the next episode of the Kafui Dey Show.